talked about the losers in the scenario, Paramount, but now let's move over and talk about the apparent, at least for now, winners in the Warner Brothers sweepstake, Netflix. You guys might remember that last week a report came out saying that Netflix was looking at changing their offer that had already been accepted, by the way, to sweeten their offer a little bit more by changing it from like 80% cash and 20% in stock, which of course the drawback of getting it in stock is this. If the stock drops before the execution date of the deal, the value you're getting is going to go down.
Right.
Everybody prefers having nice, cold, hard cash. There was a report saying they were looking at doing it. Well, according to this story now in Variety, Netflix has officially done it. Netflix has upgraded their Warner Brothers offer to all cash to shareholders, and the shareholders will vote in April on an $83 billion sale. Now, this is significant for a couple of reasons, because last week when we talked about Netflix maybe upping their deal to all cash, we pointed out that it would allow them to move the investor vote up by several months, because it could have come as late as the end of August, but now that vote's going to come in April. Once the investors vote, because they're the actual owners of the company, the shareholders are the actual owners of the company. Once the shareholders vote and ratify the deal, that will make Paramount's efforts to overturn it or stop it in courts much more difficult. It doesn't kill it. It's not like Paramount doesn't still have a chance. They still do. But it's going to make it that much more difficult, because one of the big arguments Paramount is making against this deal between Netflix and Warner Brothers is they're saying this isn't in the shareholders' best interests. Well, if the shareholders get together and vote and they approve it, that takes away one of the biggest arguments that Paramount has. And it's really only going to leave one avenue left to them, which is cozying up to the person holding their leash and try to get the government to step in to bring legal challenges to Netflix and an antitrust taking over Warner Brothers. But the problem is, let's say you succeed. Let's say Paramount succeeds and gets the government, because everybody knows they do what this particular administration wants them to do to suck up to them. So let's say they succeed and government agencies step in and bring legal filings to stop Netflix from getting Warner Brothers. Okay. But that in and of itself creates a major problem, because it makes them ripe for a lawsuit if Paramount then goes ahead and tries to buy Warner Brothers.
Right.
Netflix, with their army of lawyers, are going to sue the living crap out of the trade commissions, out of Paramount, saying, hey, listen, you stopped our purchase on these grounds. Paramount is another streamer. They're another studio. And by the way, Paramount taking over Warner Brothers is going to lose tens of thousands of people their jobs. You stopped us, but you're letting that go through. I guarantee you right now, it is going to spark off a massive lawsuit, series of lawsuits. So if Paramount's going to win this thing, I think they need to win it before it gets to that legal stage. I think Paramount's best shot at still winning this is to just simply straight up put together an all-cash offer that overcomes some of the shortcomings Warner Brothers sees in their offer and just win it that way. Because, yeah, even if they go about trying to get government agencies to block it, and then even if government agencies are successful in front of a court to get them to block it, it then just introduces the possibility, another hurdle for Paramount, because Netflix is going to sue the living shit out of them.
It also buys time, and that's the most crucial thing you can do in these circumstances. And if Paramount's stock is still sliding, what's to say in another 6 to 9 months it's not in a worse state?
You just brought up the next thing I was going to mention. With Paramount, we talked a little bit earlier in the show today about Paramount has lost nearly 40% of their value in the last 3 months alone. One of the reasons Warner Brothers says they're apprehensive about doing a deal with Paramount is they don't really trust the stability of their offer. If Paramount's value continues to slide, it just makes them look worse and worse and worse
Right.
as a potential purchaser. So it's, again, this is not over. It is not over. It's just becoming more and more difficult. And Netflix now is making moves to try to make it even more difficult for Paramount. But
Well, and Netflix, actually, as we were talking about this, it's just on my phone, but Netflix posts narrow earnings beat, reports 325 million global subscribers because they just had their quarterly report come out just now.
Which is good because you know what? I should mention this. To be fair, I need to mention this. Paramount's value has dropped nearly 40% in the last 3 months.
Right.
Netflix has dropped too in the last 3 months. They've dropped about 20%, which is half of what Paramount's dropped. But like you just pointed out, they have some positive news and
Earnings per
numbers coming
share
out.
beat and revenue beat.
That's going to drive their share. Actually, I should buy some Netflix stock today.
Probably.
That's probably going to drive their shares up. Anyway, guys, whatever you think about this whole thing, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.